James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so let's go ahead and talk some Jaron Ennis because a report came out yesterday from the fine folks at Brunch Boxing. Salute to Brunch Boxing, they do some good work. They reported that Jaron Ennis has sent out some offers to a collection of fighters, four to be exact. And the list of names was not encouraging, and it continues to cement this narrative that I'm on, that I believe that Jaron Ennis is the next Demetrius Andrade. He's got all the talent in the world, but is terribly mismanaged. Probably got one of the worst teams in boxing. They can't seem to do or make the right decision at the right time. But nonetheless, let's get into it. So the four names that he sent out an offer to are as follows. You have the Greek fighter Andres Katsourikis. He's fought on Overtime Boxing. He's a good fighter, but ultimately unproven at the elite level. So, even though I think he's a good fighter, it's not. He's not really known to the public like that. So Boots beating him isn't going to do a whole lot for his career, no matter how you try to spin it. So you got him. You got Josh Kelly, who I told you guys a couple of days after the Norman Sasaki fight that Jaron Ennis was going to come up here at 54 and try to fight Josh Kelly. So he's in the mix. I wasn't wrong about that. He's in the mix. They sent an offer to him. Charles Conwell, a guy that was supposed to fight for a world title but couldn't do his job and lost to Jorge Sebastian Garcia. And he didn't get the shot against Xander. But he was a guy that a lot of people wanted to see Boots fight about a year or so ago. Obviously he lost, so if Boots were to fight him, he's a guy coming off of a loss. And for me, and the name I'm going to probably hone in on and focus on the most because it's very telling of the status of Jaron Ennis' career at the moment. You've got Rashidi Ellis, right? Now, Rashidi Ellis, I like him. Good fighter. I've got a lot of time for him. Nice person. But Rashidi Ellis is a welterweight. He is a 147-pound fighter. Jaron Ennis is trying to fight him at 154. So you're trying to drag Speedy Rashidi from 47 to 54. To me, it's just corny. It's very corny to even consider if I were Rashidi Ellis because he's not a 154 pounder, and you left the welterweight division. If you wanted to fight Rashidi Ellis, you should have stayed at the welterweight division. And like when I see these names, when I see this collection of names, and I see the situation that Boots has placed himself in, all I can do and ask myself is, wow, like you really avoided the Brian Norman Jr. fight for this? Like you couldn't try to make the Brian Norman Jr. fight happen for this? Like, come on, man. And I'm sorry, I'm not buying this whole thing about, he can't make 147 no more, because when he fought Stanionis, he said that he made the weight just fine. But then all of a sudden, when it comes time to fight someone who can actually punch, who might actually fight you back, who people actually want to see you fight, now all of a sudden you don't want to go undisputed no more. Now all of a sudden you want to go to 54. So hey, that's his prerogative, but he's put his foot in his own ass because now, instead of having that leverage at the negotiating table to negotiate from a place of strength, now without that belt, you don't have that. You're not in that position. And now at 154, until you get a belt, you just another guy. And I don't care if the Boots fans in Philly don't want to hear that. That's the reality of the situation. You are just another guy. That's why Eddie Hearn is making this. The number that Eddie Hearn that keeps getting thrown out there is 250,000. So you want these guys to fight you for 250,000. Josh Kelly's been paid way more than 250,000. 250,000 to fight Jaron Ennis is going to be difficult because let's face it, Jaron Ennis is a very good fighter. And guys are going to want more than 250,000 to fight him because Jaron Ennis is he's not no scrub. He's a very good fighter. He's one of the top fighters out there. I'm only this frustrated with his career because I believe he's one of the top fighters out there, but he's not moving like a top fighter. He's not moving like an elite fighter moves. He's moving like a guy that's protected. He's moving like a guy that, it feels like his handlers know something about him that we don't. That's very alarming. Because there's no way you should be trying to fight Rashidi Ellis at 154. If you wanted to fight Rashidi Ellis, you should have been trying. You should have stayed at 47. You could have fought him right there in Philly. You would have the title. Would have been cool. But no, you want to play these tacky games. You want to be petty with Norman and the Normans. So this is what happens. Like this is what happens. If I gotta pick a fight out of that bunch, I'll tell you, I don't want to see him fight Rashidi Ellis. I feel like Rashidi Ellis should continue building himself as a welterweight and build towards a title shot at 47. So forget that. He's not a 54-pounder. Conwell could be a good fight in terms of styles, but he's coming off of a loss, so Boots beats him. He's not gonna get that much credit. Josh Kelly, like, do I gotta even get into that? Like, this guy got the brakes beaten off of him by David Avanesyan, and y'all didn't even want to give Boots no credit for fighting David Avanesyan. So for me, the best of the bunch, it will probably be Andres Katsourakis from Greece. But Andres Katsourakis, he's not known. Like, I know who he is because I'm a boxing degenerate, but I haven't even made a video about him on here on True School Sports. In fact, this is my first time talking about him on video here on True School Sports. But he is a good fighter. He did beat Brendan Adams. Brendan Adams is a good fighter. We know Brendan Adams knocked out Sergey Boychuk all those years ago. So if I got to pick from that bunch, that's the name I'm going to pick. But it's not really encouraging. Jaron Ennis, Jaron Ennis should have stayed at 40. He should have did everything in his power to fight Norman, because now his career is going to take very much like a Demetrius Andrade like trajectory. He's going to be getting overpaid by Eddie Hearn. He's going to fight a bunch of Europeans and underwhelming fights, and his career is going to go nowhere, and it's going to go there fast. So it's really just sad. I would fully anticipate that Boots is going to go the WBA route and probably fight Yoenis Telis at some point in time. But like, even that fight, like, Yoenis Telis is not no great fighter. Like he's the weakest champion in that division. So it kind of feeds into the narrative that Boots really ain't about that smoke. He's not really one of them true like Philadelphia Warriors. And I've been selling my Jaron Ennis stock slowly but surely every year since the first Karen fight. First Karen fight was the first alarm bell. And then it's just been sign after sign after sign that there's no reason for me to believe in Boots like that, because Boots and his team don't even believe in Boots. They don't move like a team that believes in their fighter. So it is what it is, man. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully he can fight a Bakram or a Fundora or even a Xander. I'll take a Xander at this point, a Bowichuk. I'll even settle for Madrimov. And you guys know I don't even like Madrimov. I don't even think that highly of Madrimov. But at least Madrimov's a high-level fighter. And it would be something compared to what Boots has been doing, And for me to say that, you guys know I don't think nothing of Madrimov. You guys know I think about Madrimov way down here. But like Boots' career has been on such a downward spiral that I would even accept him fighting Madrimov at this point. So that's the news, guys. Jaron Ennis has made 4 offers to the likes of Andre Katsourakis, Josh Kelly, Charles Conwell, and Rashidi Ellis. So, you guys tell me what you think. Are those great fights? Do any of those fights any of those fights in your mind gonna prove Jaron Ennis to be this pound for pound upper echelon talent? Because I don't think so. I think that guy right there on the magazine right there, Jaron Ennis. I think that guy right there. I think he's better than these opponents. But I digress. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe. You won't be disappointed.